Om. Om. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanan Dhyajet Sarva Vighnopashantayen Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Sri Gurave Sri Satya Sayinatha Sri Padukam Pujayami Namaha. Om Sri Paramagurave Sri Shirdi Sayinatha Sri Padukam Pujayami Namaha. Om Sri Parameshti Gurave Sri Dattatreya Swami Sri Padukam Pujayami Namaha. Sadguru Charanaravindaabhyam Namaha. Harihi Om. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are learning the first chapter of Devi Mahatyam. Before that, wish you all a wonderful Navaratri on the way, which started this Monday and the Dashami will be on the October the 3rd, which is going to be the Tuesday, is the Vijay Dashami. This Navaratri represents, the 4th Tuesday. Navaratri represents as they call it, Sharan Navaratri, because it comes in Sharad Rutu, the season, and represents a very powerful time for adoring the Divine Mother. And in many places in India, they also observe the annihilation or the destruction of Ravana by Sri Rama during this time. And therefore, it also represents celebration of Rama's glory and end of the evil Ravana as well. And I think I was mentioning last night that this Navaratri, the 9-night observation, happens 4 times in the year, and different mothers and their Shaktis are invoked. Varahi representing the month of the Chaitra Masam, which is the springtime, and Varahi representing the Mother Earth. So the Mother Earth is adored for 9 days from the beginning of the new year called Ugadi until the Sri Ramanavami time. And then the second period is this time. There is also observation of Navaratri during Magha Masam, which is before Mahashivaratri also. And that is representing the aspect about Shyamala. Mother Shyamala is also worshipped. So be that may, worshipping the mother as an icon, as an idol, is one aspect of it. As Bhagavan says somewhere very beautifully, from idol, we should turn our mind to ideal. From idol to ideal. We are stuck on the idols. Idols represent only simple projections of the minds of and nothing more than that. Ideals are forever. Idols can be destroyed and remade. Ideals will never be destroyed and remade. What is the ideal about Devi Mahatyam? This is where the sadhana lies. And Bhagavan's quote, I believe yesterday, was a very powerful thought for the day last night, where I will read it for you. And that he says, you may acquire knowledge of the natural sciences, of all arts and crafts, of literature and music, dance and painting, and every conceivable type of worldly knowledge, but all of it will not give you peace or bliss if you do not have knowledge of the self. Worldly knowledge may bring you fame and prosperity, but only Atma Jnana, the knowledge of the self, can confer the peace that passeth understanding. Atma Jnana, knowledge of the self, is that which reveals the unity in multiplicity, the eternal in the perishable. One who has attained Atma Jnana is all knowing. Tarati Shokam Atmavid, the knower of the self overcomes sorrow. Sorrow, says the Upanishad. All worldly knowledge is concerned with sustaining life. When knowledge of the spirit, which is the basis of all other knowledge of the sciences and the arts, is acquired, it is easy to get any kind of knowledge. When communion with the divine, who is the source of all knowledge, power, and wisdom, is established, one has access to every kind of knowledge. Divine Discourse, October 6, 1986. And this is the most beautiful, profound quote. We are studying all these scriptures to understand the self more than anything else. And that is the ideal. And in the context of that, we are now dwelling on the chapter 1, where the Sumedha will be approached by the king and the merchant, and he will talk exactly what Swami is talking about. What do we think of knowledge is, how what we think our awareness is, and what it is not. This is what Sumedha will explain in detail. Very beautiful, a set of 15 slokas where he is elaborating on how do we conceive, what do we think knowledge is. And with that, let's start with the Prathama Adhyaya, where we are going to chant. And then let's chant and then get into the next class. Sri Saishwaraya Namaha. Harihi Om. 1 second, let me get my scale back. Sri Saishwaraya Namaha. Harihi Om. Atha Prathamodhyayaha. Om Asya Sri Prathama Charitrasya Brahma Rishihi Mahakali Devata Gayatri Chandaha Nanda Shaktihi Raktadantika Bijam Agnistatvam Rugveda Swarupam Sri Mahakali Prityartham Dharmardhe Jepe Viniyogaha Dhyanam Om Khadgan Chakra Gadeshu Chapa Parighanchulam Bhushundim Siraha Shankhan Sandadhatin Karaistrinayanam Sarvanga Bhushavrutam Nilashmadhyutimasya Padadashakam Seve Mahakalikam Yamatsauswapite Harau Kamalajo Hantum Madhunkaitabham Om Namaschandikayai Om Aim Markandeya Uvacha Savarnisurya Tanayo Yo Manuh Kathyateshtamaka Nishamayata Dutpat Vistarat Gadato Mama Mahamayānubhāvena Yatha Manvantaradhipaha Sababhuva Mahabhagas Savarnistanayo Ravekhe Swarochishentare Purvan Chaitra Vamshasamudbhavaka Suratho Nama Raja Bhut Samaste Kshiti Tasya Palayatas Samyak Praja Putrani Vaurasan Babhuvushyatravo Bhupa Kola Vidhvamsinastada Tasya Tairabhavadyuddhamati प्रबलदण्डिनः न्यूनैरपि सतैर्युद्धे कोला विध्वंसि भिर्जितः ततः स्वपुरमायातो निजदेशाधिपो भवत् आक्रान्तः स महाभागस्तैस्तदा प्रबलारिभिः अमात्यैर्बलिभिर्दुष्टैर्दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः कोशो बलञ्चापहृतं तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः ततो मृगया व्याजेन हृतः स्वाम्यः स भूपतिः एकाकी हयमारुह्य जगाम गहनौ वनम् स तत्राश्रममद्राक्षे द्विजवर्यस्य मेधसः प्रशान्तश्वापदाकीर्णं मुनिशिष्योपशोभितम् तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः इतश्चेतश्च विचरंस्तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र ममत्वाकृष्टमानसः मत्पूर्वैः पालितं पूर्वं मया हीनं पुरं हि तत् मद्भृत्यैस्तैरसद्वृत्तैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने सप्रधानो मे शूरो हस्ति सदा मदः मम वैरिवशय्यातः कान् भोगानुपलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसादधनभोजनैः अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवन्तेऽद्य कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम् असम्यग्व्ययशीलैस्तैः कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम् सञ्चितः सोऽति दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एताच्चान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः तत्र विप्राश्रमाभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्शसः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वं भो हेतुश्चागमनेऽत्र सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच सतं वैश्यः प्रस्रजावनतो नृपं वैश्य उवाच समाधिर्नाम वैश्योगमुत्पन्नो धनिनाङ्कुले पुत्रदारैर्निरस्तश्च धनलोभादसाधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर्दारैः पुत्रैरादाय मे धनं वनमभ्यागतो दुःखी सोहन् वनमभ्यागतो दुःखी निरस्तश्चाप्तबन्धुभिः सोहन्न वेद्मि पुत्राणां कुशलात्मिकां प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च दाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किन्नु तेषां गृहे क्षेममक्षेमं किन्नु साम्प्रतं कथन्ते किन्नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृत्ताः किन्नु मे सुतां राजोवाच यैर्निरस्तो भवान् लुब्धैः पुत्रदारादिभिर्धनैः तेषु किं भवतः स्नेहमनुबध्नाति मानसं वैश्य उवाच हरिः ओम् So I think we stopped at a point where the Vaishya, the merchant, has replied to the king saying that I am a merchant named Samadhi, born in a very wealthy family. I have been cut out. I have been cut out by my family for the sake of wealth and greed. My wife and sons have abandoned me and have confiscated my riches and made me devoid of all the wealth. Cast out by that trusted family, I have come here, that I have come to the forest grief-stricken. Staying here, I don't know why my mind is pulled towards them and concerned about them with regards to not only their well-being, but also about their character. Now I am concerned how they are and are they living rightfully or not. Then the king asked him, why is your mind so much attached to those covetous family, your sons, your wife, and others who have deprived you of your wealth? Not sure if I covered the next sloka from the Vaishya's reply or where did I stop? Nobody is paying attention.
No, I think we are in the right place. From here we have to do it.
Yes,
Okay. All right. Okay, let's start with Vaishya Vacha. Okay, Bhavani, are you able to share the screen? I'll make you can chant along with me today.
Yes, uncle. Give me please 1 second.
Okay, where is Bhavani? Okay, I'll make you co-host. Can you pull up the file? Okay, people are asking to share the screen. You have access to all the file. When we are chanting, we'll show the thing. Rest of the time, you should open the file from the Google Drive, and maybe you all don't know because so many people come and go. This is becoming a rotating phenomenon. Yes, if you go to the Google Drive, there all the files are there. And those of you, if you didn't have the link is in the emails that were sent. Okay. Are you ready, Ma?
Yes, uncle.
Okay, you can show the screen with.
Sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
I can
Yes.
see. For some reason, it's not coming up.
Okay.
Let me stop 1 second. I'll bring it up, uncle. Give me a second. Please stop.
Okay. So Vaishya Uvacha. Vaishya started now replying to the king's question, why he is attached. Oh no, then the Raja asked the question and Vaishya is replying, Evametat yatha praha bhavan asmadgatam vachaha king karomi nabadhnati mama nishturatam manaha. Yes, sir, this question you have asked, also the same thought occurred to me just as you mentioned. I don't know why. What can I do? My mind does not become hard towards them. King karomi, what should I do? Na badhnati mama nishturatam manaha. My mind is not getting detached from them, from the deep affection towards those. Okay. No, keep going, ma. Keep going down. Yeah, thank you. Evametat yatha praha bhavanasmadgatam vachaha king karomi na badhnati mama nishturatam manaha. Evametat yatha praha
Evametat yatha praha. Evametat yatha praha.
Bhavanasmadgatam vachaha.
Bhavanasmadgatam vachaha. Bhavanasmadgatam vachaha. What should
Evametat yatha praha bhavanasmadgatam vachaha.
Evametat yatha praha bhavanasmadgatam vachaha. Evametat yatha praha भवानस्मद्गतौ वचः
किं करोमि न बध्नाति
किं करोमि न बध्नाति किं करोमि न बध्नाति.
You have a scale with you, ma? Pitch
Yes,
scale?
uncle. What is the Shruti?
F. मम निष्ठुरतां मनः
मम निष्ठुरतां मनः मम निष्ठुरतां मनः
किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः
किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः.
एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतौ वचः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः
एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतौ वचः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः. एवमेतत् यथा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतौ वचः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः.
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहम्
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहन् यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहन्
धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः
धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः.
लुब्धै, that should be Mahapranam. Yai santyajya pitrasneham dhana lubdhair nirakritah
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहन् धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहन् धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः.
पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च
पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च
हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः
हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः.
पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः
पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः.
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः. यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः पतिस्वजनहार्दञ्च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः.
यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धन लुब्धैर् Nirakritaha. They have given up, or they have given up on the love of their own father for the sake of the greed for wealth. Pati swajana hardancha harditeshveva me manaha. And I do not what he's trying to say here is just, can you scroll down, ma? Pati swajana hardancha hardit. Scroll down, please. So, okay. It says, as their master, the motives and hearts of my own people are certainly on my mind. Yai santyajya pitrasneham, abandoning the fatherly affection, they have abandoned me. Pati swajana hardancha harditeshveva me manaha. Hardita eshu eva me manaha. Hardi means becoming hard against. My mind doesn't become hard against them. Those who have given up the love for their master, given up the love for their own father. And then the Vaishya is, the merchant is continuing. Kime tanna bhijanami janannapi mahamate yat prema pravanam chittam viguneshvapi bandhushu. Is saying, I do not comprehend though. I know it. See, we know it. Kime tanna bhijanami janannapi mahamate. I know it, but I don't know. Oh dear great mind. Mahamate is great mind. I know, but I don't know. What does he know? What does he not know? He knows that his mind is pulled in attachment towards them, but he knows that they are also worthless or they don't deserve that love. But yet prema pravanam chitvam viguneshvapi bandhushu, to all those kinsmen that are worthless, I don't understand why my mind is pulled towards that worthless people. So he knows that it should not be pulled, but he doesn't know why it is getting pulled. Yeah, you understand this? We know, but we don't know why. We know, definitely we know that our affection towards, it is not love. Yeah, this is very important. People are always confused between affection and love. They think that talking nice to people and trying to please them all the time, to please them, that is actually not love. What is love? Love is not an emotion. So all this, what the merchant is facing here is emotion. It is actually not love, because love is not an emotion. Affection is a very small slice of expression of love towards someone, but that affection, when misplaced towards towards worthlessness or those that doesn't deserve it, is no longer love. It's called attachment. I hope you are catching all of this. It's too many words. Are we catching the subtlety of difference between what he knows, what he doesn't know? He knows for sure that his affection towards these people that have driven them away for the sake of greed and wealth, etc., it is on undeserving people. But what he doesn't know is, knowing that they're not deserving his love, why is his mind pulled towards these people? Yat prema pravanam chittam viguneshvapi bandhushu. See here, the word prema is used. What he's trying to say, how is it that my mind is prone to love to those bandhushu, those kinsmen, viguneshvapi, They are not having good qualities. Why is Dhritarashtra's mind pulled towards a mischaracter of his own son, knowing that his son is not the righteous person? Why is his mind pulled towards him? Knowing that my kinsmen are worthless of my love, why is my mind getting pulled towards it? Kime tanna bhijanami.
Ime tannabhijanami. Ime tannabhijanami.
Janannapi mahamate.
Janannapi mahamate. Janannapi mahamate.
Kime tanna bhijanami. Janannapi mahamate.
Ime tannabhijanami. Janannapi mahamate. Ime tannabhijanami. Janannapi mahamate.
Yat prema pravananchittam.
Yat prema pravananchittam. Yat prema pravananchittam.
Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Viguneshvapi bandhushu. Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Shu no dirgham. Yat prema pravanau chittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Yat prema pravananchittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu. Yat prema pravananchittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Kime tanna bhijanami. Janannapi mahamate. Yat prema pravanau chittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Ime tannabhijanami. Janannapi mahamate. Yat prema pravananchittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu. Ime tannabhijanami. Janannapi mahamate. Yat prema pravananchittam. Viguneshvapi bandhushu.
Ta eshankrite me nishvasau. For the sake of them, I am having these deep sighs. Sigh means like you say, like that, right? When you are helpless and when you are dejected and you leave these sighs, the breath. Nishvaso, Ushvasa, Nishvasa. Nishvasa means exhalations. I am having these deep exhalations. I am doing these exhalations whenever I think about them. Notice yourself how you do exhalations when you have, when somebody who you know so well doesn't behave well, you are helpless, you can't do anything. Okay, I'll give up, like that. He's saying, I am doing this nishwasa for all these guys. Daurmanasyam. Daurmanasyancha jayate. Daurmanasyam means this dejected mind. I also know that my mind is now dejected. It's helpless. Daurmanasyam. Durmana, Daurmana is the same. Mana means mind. Daurmanasyancha jayate. Karomi kim yanna manaha. Teshu apritishu nishthuram. I'm not only have what can I do, since my mind is again nishtura, means it doesn't actually want to become hard against those unloving people. Karomi kim, what a helpless state. What a helpless state. Yes, we can connect to this very well. Every one of us, what the king is talking, what the Vaishya is talking, 100%. No question about that. Because this is the human mind. And this human mind, whether it happened in Swarochishentare Purvam or it happened in Vaivasvata Manvantram, the mind has not changed. Therefore, these chants are timeless. Over and over, these are what we call as "Remind me, my Lord." this is really like constantly. You note now. Before, probably 99% of the people do not even have the awareness of that. But at least by going through these texts and scripts, you become aware that yes, I can relate to this. This is very much the same mind. Teshang krute me nishwaso daurmanasyancha jayate karomi kim yanna manaha teshvapritishu nishturam. Teshang krite me nishwaso
तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो
daurmanasyancha jayate
दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते
Teshang krite me nishwaso daurmanasyancha jayate.
तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते
Karomi kiyanna manas
करोमि कियन्न मनस् करोमि कियन्न मनस्
teshvapritishu nishturam.
तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्
No pritishu, short. Teshvapritishu nishturam.
तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्
Karomi kiyanna manas teshvapritishu nishturam.
करोमि कियन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् करोमि कियन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्
Teshang krite me nishwaso daurmanasyancha jayate karomi kiyanna manasteshvapritishu nishturam.
तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते करोमि कियन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् तेषां कृते मे निश्वासो दौर्मनस्यञ्च जायते करोमि कियन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम्
Markandeya uvacha
मार्कण्डेय उवाच मार्कण्डेय उवाच
uvacha cha. Okay. Tatastau sahitau vipra. Markandeya is saying. To whom is Markandeya saying, speaking? To whom
To
is
the Krutushtuki.
No, no, no.
Is not it Baguri?
Kraustuki Bhaguri. Kraustuki Bhaguri. Yes, somebody at least remembers parts of the word. So Kraustuki Bhaguri. Tatastau Sahitau Vipra. Then they together, both of them together. They went Tataha. They both of them Sahitau together. Vipra Tam Munim Samupastitau. Who is the Vipra he is addressing here? The Vipra is Bhaguri. He is telling O Bhaguri, O Brahmin, both of them then together went to the presence of Muni. Who is the Muni?
Sumedha.
Sumedha. So both of them together went to the Muni. Then who are the together? Samadhihi Nama Vaishya Asau Sacha Parthiva Sattamaha. Parthiva Sattamaha is the king. Samadhir Nama Vaishya, the Vaishya by name Samadhi. Both of them together went to the Muni, the Sumedha. Then when you go to Muni, a great soul, a presence of a noble soul, then you have to follow certain protocol. Krutva tutau yathanyayam yatharham tena samvidam. Before you speak to a noble soul or a respected elder gentleman, there is a protocol. You go stand there in silence, offer your pranams. When he looks at you, he knows he is giving the signal for you to talk. Then you begin to talk. Until then, you do not even open your mouth. There is a protocol. See how beautiful when you read these slokas, they not only tell you about the inner workings of the human mind and the being, but they also talk about a relative protocol in the society, what we call as the dharma, how to behave in front of a teacher, how to show respect to a teacher. During this time, Navaratri time, last night I was saying, when we were kids, we will go to the teacher's house, we will offer him clothes, we'll do namaskaram, and then the teacher is respected so much. And even a physical teacher who is like, teaching whatever in a small elementary school, we'll go do that. We offer them clothes, we show respect. Nobody in this society has any respect for any teacher. Forget about even when the teacher says, please come, like my fellow devotees in Sacramento, so many of them learning this, and they're hardly 4-5 miles away from the center. Some of them don't even want to come. They'll join online and do their own things and whatever. So what I'm not trying to complain about. There is a tremendous respect for the word of the teacher. And there is a tremendous respect for when to speak before a teacher, a protocol before the teacher. Now, in the pretext of casual conversation, we will, in this society, they even refer to the teacher, hey, dude, all this kind of language, no protocol. But here, what the Markandeya is now telling Kaustuki Bhaguri is, these two people, when they went together, they paid respects, yathanyayam, whatever is the morale or the protocol, yatharham tena samvidam, upavishtav kathaha kaschit chakratur vaishya parthivav. When they went together, they approached the sage, and after observing the appropriate etiquette of him as was proper, they sat down and they started conversing on what is on their mind. Upavishtav kathaha. They sat down, kaschit chakratur vaishya parthivav. Then they started having a conversation with the Muni, who is the Muni's name? What is his name? Sumedha. Markandeya Vacha, we finished. Tatasthav sahitau vipra.
ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्र
Tam munim samupasthitau.
तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
Tatastau sahitau विप्र तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्र तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्र तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ
स च पार्थिव सत्तमः
स च पार्थिव सत्तमः स च पार्थिव सत्तमः
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिव सत्तमः
समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिव सत्तमः समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिव सत्तमः
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायै
correct
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायम्
यथार्हन्तेन संविदम्
यथा रन्तेन संविदम् यथा रन्तेन संविदम्
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं यथार्हन्तेन संविदम्
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायै यथा रन्तेन संविदम् कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायै यथा रन्तेन संविदम्
उपविष्टौ कथाकाश्चित्
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् उपविष्टौ कथाः उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित्
no visarga break ma उपविष्टौ कथाकाश्चित्
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित्
Katha, no, you don't have to say ha so explicitly. That visarga is said in combination with the ka, right? So that's why the ka has a longer holding. Upavishtau katha kaschit.
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित्
Chakraturvaishyaparthivau.
चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
No, you should not split the chakra because the cha and the chakratur both has to come together, right? Upavishtau katha kaschit chakratur vaishyaparthivau. See, there are so many holdings in this. 1, 2, 3, 4 holdings are there. And those holdings, when you are doing, the holdings are the joining points. The break has to be taken at Vaishya. Upavishtau katha काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं यथार्हन्तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ Thevau.
कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायै यथा रन्तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथा काश्चिच्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायै यथा रन्तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथा काश्चिच्चक्रतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ
Rajovacha.
राजोवाच राजोवाच
Okay, then the Raja started first asking. Is asking Bhagavan, Tvam aham prashtum ichhami ekam vadasvatat. Bhagavan, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the word used in two different contexts. Bhagavan in this context is used against the one who is the wise. Bhagavan means the one who is light and wisdom, effulgence and wisdom. So it can be used for in the context of what we call as Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. He is effulgence and wisdom, that which destroys ignorance and wise. So the one who destroys ignorance with their wisdom is Bhagavan, is Bhagavan. Here they are addressing is the wise one. Who is the wise one? His name is Sumedha. He is the one who is the wise one. So they are addressing, he is addressing him as Bhagavan, O wise one. Aham prashtum ichhami ekam vadasvatat. We would like to ask you a question. I want to ask you one thing. Ekam vadasvatat. I want to ask you one thing, one question. Please reply. Vadasva tat. Very beautiful. Next line is the essence of this entire chapter. And actually, when it comes to us, how it relates to, and is the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita. Same question Arjuna asked. Bhagavad Gita, 700 slokas, Saptashati, 700 mantras, 18 chapters. Mother has 18 hands. This is Bhagavad Gita being told in a story form. But one significant difference between Bhagavad Gita and this is Bhagavad Gita is not used in the context of a ritual for japa, homa, parayana, tarpanam. Those things Bhagavad Gita is not used. Uniqueness about this is that these not only are full of packed with wisdom, but packed with this incredible ability that simply by chanting these mantras, you will begin to express that divinity which is already latent within us. So what's the question? One thing that I want to ask you, sir. Oh, wise one, there is one thing that I want to ask you. Please respond. And what is that one thing? Dukkhaya yanme manasa swachitta yattatam vina. Dukkhaya yanme manasa. Yan me manasaha, this mind of mine, dukkhaya is drowned in dukkha. What is it not? It is always present, it is always imbibed in this dukkha. Very beautiful word. The entire essence of Buddhism is around this one word called dukkha. I think the last session I spent a lot of time dwelling on this word dukkha. Sanskritam is such a profound language that each word actually conveys what it means. in pronunciation, and it is not only in pronunciation, but also in conveying what is underlying that word, the essence of the word. That's why for every Sanskrit word, you can go deep into the etymology, and it is very revealing. Just focusing on the words is the most incredible sadhana, whatever language you may speak. Then you will begin to have an amazing ability to express with exact words. And the epitome of that expression of what to ask, how to ask, when to ask, who to ask, how to ask, all of this, there is one character that's the epitome of all of that. And that is Hanuman. When you actually go and look at Ramayana, how Hanuman expresses himself, it is 100%. If we are able to follow that, it's a greatest sadhana. So what is this question he's asking, which is the thread of this entire Devi Mahatyam? Dukkhaya yanme manasaha swachittaya tatam vina. Swachittaya tat tatam. Swachittaya tatam vina. Chittayat tatam vina. Chitta means conscience. Swachitta means my own conscience. My mind is drawn by this dukkha. Instead of being aligned with my own conscience, why is this mind pulled away from my own conscience? So now, please, this is a very important. We'll probably pause on this, and you can sleep on this for tonight. Think about only this. What is the king saying? What is the right place for my mind? What is the right place for my mind? Place, the space. What is the space in which my mind should be present? That is my own self, my own conscience, my own awareness. Chitta here, Sat, Chit, right? We know those two words, Sat and Chit. Sat is existence, Chit is awareness. They are one and the same. Swachittayat tatam vina. What he's asking is, my mind should be present to my awareness. My mind should always be with my awareness. But instead of being with that awareness, why is it in dukkha? I think this is a place to pause. Just ask this question. Why is my mind away from my awareness? Tomorrow we'll come back and look at this most profound question. And then he keeps on explaining what it all means, but that's the part of the story that we already know. But the part that he is now pinpointing, dukkhaya yanme manasaka swachitta yattatam vina. This is the only question I want to ask you. Please respond. There is no other question. This is the question. For every one of us, when do we pay attention that my mind is not present in the awareness of here and now, complete presence. Instead, it's pulled away by something, constantly pulled away by something. Why is that? Why is that? Om Yadaksharapad Bhrashtam Matrahinantu Yadbhaven Tatsarvan Kshamyatam Deva Narayana Namostute Visargabindu Matrani Padapadaksharaani Cha Nyunani Chatiriktaani Kshamasvasayishvara Aparadha Sahasrani Kriyante Hannishammaya Dasoyamiti Mammatva Kshamasvasayishvara Anyatha Sharanam Nasti Tvameva Sharanam Mama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Raksha Sayishvara Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Sayishvara Arpanamastu Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaka Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti